what was possible dealing with the health services and the ABC. I also had a concept that was, we are looking for these fresh wines that really indicate where they're from and who made them, and really who grew them. So, I mean, that was sort of the driving principle, was looking through food and wine as a farmer, or someone who likes to eat things from farms.
When you find a wine that you like, typically how much of it do you buy at one particular time?
I'm buying a case to maximum 3 cases.
Wow.
For our wine club, which is now in around 30 members, I'm buying 3 or 4 cases just to satisfy them and be able to put some of the wines out on the shelf too. But I'm really only buying in small lots.
So
like
we wouldn't ask you this if you had a child to tell us your favorite child, but your favorite wine of this last year is?
Oh, we've got a really cool wine called Un Litro on right now. It's called Un Litro because it's 1 liter. It's the simplest name of all time, but it's 25% larger than a normal wine bottle. But it's made by Elisabetta Foradori, who's the foremost raw winemaker in Italy. And she is doing a project on the coast of Tuscany, growing Alicante, which is also known as Grenache or Cananao, and Alicante Busquet. And this is a really interesting blend with no sulfites added from biodynamic vineyards. And it's absolutely fresh and delicious, and it's something to drink now. So.
And it's larger than a bottle of wine.
And it's a liter. What could be better?
I love it. We're talking with Drew Cuddy. You can go by and see him at Satellite, a very popular bar, retail shop right here in Santa Barbara, right in front of Impact Hub at 1117 State Street. Great location, and it sounds like we're going to either see you Monday or Tuesday, or maybe both of them.
Bring your own brown bag.
Next week. Drew Cuddy. You can find out more, again, by going to our website, and you can link on to his. That is coworkradio.com. Once again, coworkradio.com. Here on KZSB 1290 AM, Catherine Raymock along with Jane Walker Wood, and we'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Dan Farrick, Managing Director of the Impact Hub Santa Barbara. Come visit us and find out why co-working spaces are booming. Our 2 locations in the Funk Zone and downtown Santa Barbara offer private offices, permanent desks, and a variety of co-working memberships starting as low as $60 a month. Mention Co-work Radio when you book our tour, and we'll give you 10% off your first 6 months of membership. Join a community where you can live and work smart. Go to ImpactHubSB.com or call 284-0078 to find out more.
What's that?
This? The newest online business banking around.
Can you initiate wires and approve transfers?
Yes.
Pay bills?
Check.
Cash management?
Of course.
All business, all online, all on your phone?
You bet. My computer, too. It's Montecito Bank and Trust's new business online banking. It works as hard as I do.
Huh. Montecito Bank and Trust.
You got it. Montecito Bank and Trust. Behind every great community is a great bank. Montecito.bank. Member FDIC.
Do you have a special event coming up? Go to Zoto's for all your party needs. At Zoto's, they offer packages for birthday parties, corporate and team building events, accompanied, of course, with a light show, DJ, delicious food, bowling, and full bar. Call 967-0128, where the staff will help you plan and execute an exciting event, all within your budget. Go to Zotos.com to book your party now, because when you're having an event, it's got to be Zoto's. Hi, it's Catherine Raymock. Are you buying or selling a home? See Compass Realtor Terry Ryken. I went to Terry because of his reputation and experience, but was quickly taken by his genuine enthusiasm. It's that combination that truly sets him apart. Terry specializes in properties in Montecito, Hope Ranch, Santa Barbara, and Santa Ynez Valley, and has 39 years of experience as an agent and broker. There are so many realtors to choose from, but only one Terry Ryken. Find out for yourself. Google search Terry Ryken. Welcome back to Co-work Radio here on KZSB 1290 AM. I'm Catherine Raymock.
And I'm Jane Walker Wood.
And we're a show all about the modern entrepreneur. And each week we interview 2 company founders. We are so happy to have in the studio with us Lori Volk. She is the founder of Lori's Original Lemonade. Ooh, just took a sip. So good. It is an original recipe from her kitchen for her kids' lemonade stand. It is a great story. Bottled it up. She now has it available to over 700 retailers. I'm just kind of guessing this didn't happen, though, overnight, Lori. So here to tell us about her product and also her story, which, by the way, the Lavender Lemonade won Best Beverage 2016, Beverage World Magazine, and you received the Women Business Owner of the Year in 2014 here in Santa Barbara, top 50 women in business for Pacific Coast Business Times. So that's much to live up to. How are you doing, Lori?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh,
Thank you.
It's so good to have you in the studio. We love these kinds of stories.
Yeah.
So your story truly is kind of like this fairy tale story of, really, was this your kids' lemonade stand lemonade, and how did that happen?
It really was. So we were in Ojai, and we were making we had this little lemon tree, and it had so many lemons that we started making lemonade. And so one day I added lavender. And when I did that, people loved it so much. We just kept making it. We made it for years, and then they all left me to go to college. And I was an empty nester. I turned 50. I was in the middle of a midlife crisis, and I lost my job with the school district as well for budget cuts. So I said, it's going to be all okay. In the meantime, 2 of them had graduated college, and we couldn't not let the third one go. I promised housing and food. How much could it be, right? Well, it's a lot of money. And so I said, but it's going to be all right. All of a sudden, I had this idea. We'll bottle this lavender lemonade, and we're going to sell it from here to New York, and a big company's going to call me, and they're going to send me a check, and we'll pay off the loans.
It did happen, but it wasn't that easy.
It
So
really
do you
wasn't.
actually remember the moment that thought came to you? And
You know, it was kind of like I was very desperate. I wasn't sure what to do. And I knew that I kept saying, who would hire a 50-year-old woman? I hadn't been working for years. I mean, officially, I've been part-time, you know. And not only that, I was an entrepreneur at heart. And I couldn't work for anyone else. And so I just kind of remember a lot of people saying, you should bottle that. You should bottle that. So I was at the high school one day, and I told my coworker I was so mad that I had gotten laid off, you know. And I said, that's okay. I'm going to bottle this lavender lemonade. And this little girl on the side said, lavender lemonade, I want to try that. And so I said, really? And so I went home, made a bunch of samples, and brought them back. And everybody loved it so much, I went into business that day. That was October 17th,
Didn't you have
2011.
to get funding, though, or
So
Shark
this was
Tank or something?
right. Everybody every day for 6 years has told me Shark Tank. But
Well, I would think Shark Tank would say it's lemonade. Anybody can make lemonade. And
Exactly. But it's not just lemonade. There's something else in it. And for us, it was
is
this.
the recipe patented? Because I thought you couldn't patent
You
a
really
recipe.
can't. You really
Yeah,
don't have
so-
anything. You have my story and you have my
Yeah,
lemonade.
So it's not the lemonade. It's your story and your
It's a
ability
story.
to market.
People they just love the story. And when they taste it, there's something about the balance that we've created. And it wasn't just me. We had all of the retailers in Ojai reached out. They were helping me. Everybody was a part of this. Rainbow Bridge was a big part of the actual recipe in that bottle of lavender lemonade is the final taste that won. And Ernest was one of the big proponent of helping us up there. All of the places in Ojai. But yeah, it's not, you can't patent it.
No, it
So
sounds
what
like
do you
a
have?
huge part of this is about your ability to have faith in yourself and some innate marketing skills and a community that wanted to support you.
Exactly. It was so many people jumped in. It was kind of magical because everybody, they wanted to help. You know, it was like they saw this. I don't know what it was. I still can't quite put my finger on it. But all I know is that we've served over 1 million customers, and we have great distribution. The distributors, the sales reps. We have Giordano's here in Santa Barbara that helps us. And, so it's not there's a lot of people.
I love the story, and let's talk about for people that are listening, because there's a lot of entrepreneurs that listen, and everybody's trying to get tips about how to grow their businesses. You didn't grow to 500 stores in one day. So when you began, so how did the bottling happen? Was that at home, and when did that leave home, and what was your mark on that?
So the first thing that happened was I realized that I was not a big risk taker, and I didn't want to make anyone sick. And so I had to find someone else that knew what they were doing. So where do you go? You know, I was, okay, I have a great idea, but I've never bottled anything. I never had a food product. So I started calling literally calling, researching. The internet is fantastic for that. You have everything you need right there. So I started calling and asking. We finally found a co-packer that would do it, and he was the only one that would take a chance on us at the time. And he's in Northern California, been in business almost 100 years. A family, generational. They're as green as they can be. They're sustainable, and it's just the perfect fit. So for us, yes, it was a matter of like taking the step. Okay, we got to do the research, and then one call led to another. One door opened, the next door opened, and I just kept walking through the doors. We had no money to start. I
was going to just ask you,
your kids are now at college in this story.
So
are they
two had graduated.
Have another semester?
Right. So two had graduated.
So you said pay
I was
back
taking
time.
out parent loans. I mean, I was taking out these Parent Plus loans, which I could have bought them a house in somewhere in the middle of the Midwest. At this point, but
so where did your seed money come from?
The credit union in Ventura, $5,000.
Well,
I had
no
business borrowing
and
any more money.
How do you apply to that for people who are listening?
I had an account there, and I think we had a little line of credit, a little open line of credit, and so they gave me the $5,000. But then $5,000 got me through. But then I needed $20,000. Then I needed $40,000, and so then the local bank, we made a really good relationship.
People nowadays don't really think of going to the local bank. But
local
I know
bank,
Montecito Bank and Trust, they give small business
they
loans
do.
to people
And,
starting out.
I think the biggest, if I could give anybody advice on that, I think that the most important thing is to develop relationships. This is not about selling lemonade. This isn't about that. This is about developing relationships and telling your story in an authentic and meaningful way so that people – they believe in you too. My title's the chief believer. I'm not CEO, and so. But that's how it happened. And then we started getting a line of credit going, and so I think that's how it got us through.
How important is a business plan and the financial aspect of saying if I need to sell so many at this price and manufactured at this price, do you have that in mind? And did you realize early on what pieces needed to get in place so that you could actually make some money out of this?
Right. Well, that's the tough part because I was sales and marketing and had been for years and years, decades, really. And so I didn't have that part of it. And I didn't want to do the business plan. I was the one, I'm not going to school. I'm going to do it, do everything on my own. I don't need all that. Well, I learned really quickly. This was very important to lay the foundation. So I also reached out to mentors. SCORE was a big one. I used Dick Lamb here in Santa Barbara. Yeah. And also in Oxnard, we have another couple people that we've been using. And Zena Musica, Gypsy Tea. She was a local gypsy tea company that grew her little tea to 22,000 stores. And so I brought her on to help me in the beginning. So she was the first thing she said, get a business plan. And so it was really important.
We hear from a lot of young people around town that there's, no jobs in Santa Barbara County. And then we have these other young people come in and they take an idea like yours and they make that vision happen, often with the help of the community resources.
Yes. I think it's really, now, my daughter, she was helping me. On our picture, we have the three kids. One is a friend, the middle one is my daughter, and then the little one's my daughter. She's opened an Etsy shop now. She's doing extremely well. So there's so much opportunity.
Creative
it's just a matter of, I've always told the kids, if you have an idea, you just have to go after it, but you got to be ready to work hard.
And you were a school teacher for a while.
I wasn't, but
I thought you said you were a teacher.
I was. I did do substitute teaching for a little while, but I
you should be teaching in the business school, I think.
I just got to speak at UCSB. It was so much fun to one of the groups up there, but. I was a substitute teacher coordinator, and then I got my substitute teacher credential. Okay. And anyway.
We're talking with Lori Volk. She is the founder of Lori's Original Lemonade. And so we talked about the fact that you are now in over 700 retailers, which is incredible. And you don't have to give us exact numbers, but are you comfortable now?
Yes. No. Actually, no.
Love that answer.
I'm not really. No, I live on a boat. I sold my house. We gave everything up. No. But
Are you really living on a boat?
Yeah.
In Santa Barbara Harbor?
That would be nice. But no, we're in Oxnard. And
that's still very nice.
Channel
As
Islands.
I say to everybody, I'm from Canada.
Yeah,
I got low expectations on weather.
Channel Islands is nice. But
now you brought with us today two flavors. We've got the lavender one, and then there's a wild strawberry. Do you have other flavors and one that's sugar-free?
We do. So we have ginger, which is a real spicy one. And then we have
like
a
that.
lemongrass light. And the lemongrass light is, and we also have a plain lemonade. Everyone wanted a plain. And